Yeah, Ferraris might be the staple of celebrity garages, and rightfully so, but when it comes to blending cutting-edge technology with the glitz and glamour of Hollywood, no brand does it quite like McLaren. Over the years, the British automaker supercars have become status symbols for A-listers with a need for speed, a craving for exclusivity, and just a dash of drama. So here's a look at the top 10 McLarens owned by celebrities. Number 10. David Beckham, McLaren 720S. When you're a global legend like David Beckham, your ride has to match your star power, and without a doubt, McLaren does just that, which explains why he splurged big on this guy, a 720S. This sleek silver beast isn't just a car, it's a statement on four wheels. Let's face it, owning any McLaren, talk less of a 720S, is like wearing a Rolex. It definitely screams success. For Beckham though, it's the cherry on top of a $2.7 million car collection. An absolutely lightweight and easy to drive vehicle, the 720S has only been in production since 2010, but has already etched its name in automobile history. And that's thanks in part to its 4-liter twin-turbo V8 engine, capable of unleashing up to 710 horsepower and 568 pound-feet of torque. With its aerodynamic curves, this beauty takes no time to get going. We're talking 0 to 60 in just 2.8 seconds, with a top speed of 212 miles per hour. Let's take this tour inside, shall we? Alcantara seats, minimalist controls, and a cockpit designed to make you feel like you're aboard a spaceship. And in case you were wondering, yes, he does love being aboard this spaceship. Sure, the 720S is a track-ready beast, but Beckham isn't just using it for joyrides. He's been spotted quite a few times cruising Miami in this beauty, proving that even supercars can handle the city traffic, or at the very least, look fabulous trying. If you're loving the ride so far, hit that like button. Also, don't be shy. Drop a comment telling us which celebrity garage you want a tour of in the future. Number 9. David Beckham, McLaren MP4 12C Spider. David Beckham's love affair with the British automaker isn't new. Before the 720S became a member of his garage, he actually owned another McLaren, an MP4 12C Spider, which he drove for a couple of years before getting the upgrade. Well, in just a few minutes, you'll definitely understand why this beauty made Beckham fall head over heels for the McLaren brand. For starters, this is far from your average convertible. Take a look at this beauty. What you're looking at is a masterclass in aerodynamics and stealthy excellence. Borrowed from the F1, another McLaren masterpiece, the MP4 12C Spider features dihedral doors. This McLaren's retractable hardtop is far from your average flimsy rag. It's one sleek, power-folding roof capable of transforming the Spider in record time, 17 seconds, and at speeds up to 19 miles per hour. Fun little tidbit about this guy. Its rear window can be lowered independently, serving as a wind deflector. Now you're definitely seeing the appeal. Housing a 4-liter twin-turbocharged V8 engine pumping out an impressive 616 horsepower, this bad boy rockets from a standstill to 60 in a little over 3 seconds, and tops out at a cheeky 204 miles per hour. But besides all that, there's still a lot more going on with this MP4 12C Spider. What's the secret sauce? One word: customizations. Beckham still had this guy murdered out. Blacked out trim, bespoke interiors, and enough carbon fiber to build a spaceship. Number 8. Beyoncé, Mercedes-Benz McLaren SLR. You probably didn't take Beyoncé for someone who's got a need for speed. Well, you definitely are not the first one. But let's face it, when you're Queen Bee, it's a necessity for your ride to make a statement. Enter the Mercedes-Benz SLR McLaren, an incredibly rare and fast masterpiece. First off, this is neither a Mercedes nor a McLaren. The SLR McLaren is a collaboration between both automakers, and it looks like a sports car that could moonlight as the Batmobile. For its exterior, take a look at this. Scissor doors that go upward like a butterfly's wing. The body? All aggressive lines and aerodynamic curves with this long hood that adds to its overall aesthetics. Step inside this bad boy and you're welcomed by a cabin that could double as a 5-star hotel suite. Plush black leather seats with orange stitching for a lot more flair. The SLR McLaren's dashboard is a symphony of gloss finishes and polished metal with state-of-the-art technology. Wait, there's a lot more. The SLR McLaren is more than just a pretty face. Under its hood, a 5.4-liter supercharged V8 engine roaring at between 626 and 650 horsepower. Its 5-speed automatic transmission means this guy will accelerate from 0 to 60 in just 3.6 seconds. This bad boy will clock out at 208 miles per hour. Even in a collab with Mercedes, McLaren just doesn't slow down. And spoiler alert, an even better version of the SLR McLaren will appear later in the video. But before that... Number 7. Ralph Lauren, 1996 McLaren F1. When you think of Ralph Lauren, polo shirts and a fashion empire might come to mind. But tucked away in his garage lies a vehicle that screams engineering genius, racing heritage, and speed unlike any other. his 1996 McLaren F1 LM. Back in 1995, Gordon Murray designed a revolutionary F1 GTR that surprisingly dominated the 24 Hours of Le Mans that year, securing 1st, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 13th places. They, in fact, did this despite being designed as road cars first. To honor this insane feat, McLaren manufactured 5 unique McLaren F1s in '96 and added the term LM for Le Mans, each painted in papaya orange, a tribute to founder Bruce McLaren, who actually used the same shade to color his race cars. Where are these 5 incredibly rare F1s? Well, 3 are in Brunei, 1 is in a museum in Japan, and the last is sitting in Ralph Lauren's garage. It really doesn't get rarer than this, does it? Stripped of luxuries like a stereo and soundproofing, this beauty is a raw road-going version of the Le Mans winning sports car. While the F1 LM did undergo some modifications to differentiate it from the GTR race car, it still retains the F1's iconic 3-seat configuration with the driver positioned centrally. Even this guy's journey is as fascinating as its specs. Originally sold to Ferrari collector David Morrison back in 1996, it even had the license plate 1SEN, a nod to Ayrton Senna. Morrison would go on to race it in the 1999 Gumbel 3000 Rally before it passed through the hands of Frank Seldorf. By 2004, the F1 LM had found a new home in Ralph Lauren's collection, joining 2 other regular McLaren F1s, by the way. Enough with the history lesson. Packing a 6.1-liter BMW V12 engine, this bad boy pumps out a jaw-dropping 691 horsepower, making it the most powerful F1 ever built. Pairing all that power with a featherweight 2,341-pound carbon fiber body, this machine rockets to 100 miles per hour in just 5.9 seconds and will reach a top speed of 225 miles per hour. A mind-blowing figure for a ride built in 1996. Even its engine bay is lined with gold foil for heat insulation. Put simply, this is a racing triumph. Whether roaring down the highway or parked next to a Bugatti, the F1 LM just stands out. Number 6. Elon Musk, 1999 McLaren F1. Let's rewind to the 90s once more. The year is 1999, and 28-year-old Elon Musk, fresh off selling his company Zip2 to Compaq for a staggering $307 million, had just earned $22 million from the sellout. So what does he do with all that money? Immediately after the sale, he commented that only 64 McLarens were in the world at the time, and he would like to own one of them. As we'd all. That same year, Musk dropped $1 million to take a 1999 McLaren F1 home with him. While definitely not as rare as Ralph Lauren's F1, this bad boy is still quite the rarity, with only 106 ever made. And Musk's F1 is still a lot rarer than this because it rocked a magnesium silver paint, a color shared by only 17 other examples. The $1 million price tag has definitely been justified. This ride's party tricks? Well, for starters, it has butterfly doors that swing upward like a spaceship hatch, revealing a cabin that prioritizes the driver's throne. Stepping into this throne, the F1 still retains a central driving position, flanked by 2 passenger seats set slightly back. Musk, ever the eccentric showman, loved this rare setup for its 360-degree visibility and, believe it or not, its fighter jet vibes. Let's take this tour under the hood. A 6.1-liter BMW V12 producing 618 horsepower and 479 pound-feet of torque wrapped in actual gold foil to deflect heat from its carbon fiber chassis. It has a dry sump oiling system and variable valve timing. Oh, and the 99 F1's top speed? 206 miles per hour. Musk didn't just have this baby parked somewhere. No, he drove it. Hard. In its first year, he racked up 11,000 miles commuting between LA and San Francisco. Number 5. Gordon Ramsay, McLaren Senna. Gordon Ramsay makes the headlines every now and then thanks to his fiery kitchen showdowns and culinary skills. But here's the thing. When he's not in Hell's Kitchen, he's putting together automobile heaven. Yeah, he's actually a car collector, and within that incredible fleet of extraordinary cars lies this beauty, his McLaren Senna. The Senna's design is brutally aerodynamic, with this gigantic adjustable rear wing that Ramsay could probably dine on. Every vent, curve, and louvre is perfectly engineered to slice through the air and generate incredible downforce, up to 800 kilograms at top speed, all to keep this guy glued to the track. Who could forget those butterfly doors, a signature McLaren move? Look underneath and you're met with lightweight carbon fiber wheels shod in sticky Pirelli Trofeo R tires, a nod to the Senna's track day pedigree. Lastly, its roof scoop channels air directly into the engine bay like a vacuum. The Senna's interior is minimalist madness, yet it screams that this ride isn't just for grocery runs. What you're looking at is a race-ready cabin stripped of everything non-essential. Ramsay's Senna comes with carbon fiber everywhere, paired with Alcantara upholstery on the seats and steering wheel for proper grip while cornering at high speeds. The driver-centric layout also takes from F1's central driving position, putting Ramsey front and center with 2 passenger seats squeezed right behind. Practical? Not really, but McLaren wouldn't have it any other way. Now for the big moment, performance. At its core is a 4-liter twin-turbo V8 churning out quite the power, 789 horsepower and 590 pound-feet of torque. Paired with a 7-speed dual-clutch gearbox, the Senna gets going like that, 0 to 60 in 2.8 seconds and clocks out at 208 miles per hour. This is engineering perfection, and even Ramsey knows this because he doesn't miss a chance to take this bad boy for a spin. What can we say? The man appreciates the finer things in life. Number 4. Scott Disick, McLaren 720S. Yeah, we've already had a 720S earlier, so what you're probably wondering is, what really makes this version better? Well, it was tricked out by the custom god himself, Scott Disick. So forget whatever you thought you knew about this bad boy, because you're looking at a whole new ride. Scott Disick loves going fast, which definitely explains why he went for a 720S, but here's the plot twist. Going at a top speed of 212 miles per hour wasn't enough for him, so he took it up a whole new level. The man once said this: "For me, a car is, I buy it and I make it into a project. Different this, different that." The million-dollar question now is, what did he do to his 720S? Prepare to have your mind blown. This supercar's already incredible factory body was swapped out for a full carbon fiber wide-body kit from 1016 Industries. The result? A more aggressive, road-hugging stance. Next, he had the body finished in a flat slate gray to match his Ferraris, creating this cohesive yet stealthy look across his garage. At the rear, the 720S wing was upgraded to a larger, more performance-focused one to enhance aerodynamics and downforce. The best part of these tweaks? This bad boy's engine also got tricked out. SSR Performance upgraded the powerful twin-turbo V8 to unleash a staggering 1100 horsepower. That's up from the stock 710 horsepower, by the way, turning the 720S into an absolute track monster. This car is literally a shadow of the supercar McLaren designed, so much so that we have no idea how fast Disick's 720S goes. All we can tell you though is that it costs over 450 grand to complete this transformation. Number 3. Kanye West, Mercedes McLaren SLR Sterling Moss Edition. The 720S isn't the only model making a double appearance today, but as you'd expect, this guy is nothing like Beyonce's Mercedes-Benz McLaren SLR. Let's set the scene, shall we? It's Cannes Film Festival 2011. Kanye West rolls up in a white suit alongside Virgil Abloh. His ride? A Mercedes McLaren SLR Sterling Moss, a limited edition speedster. How rare, you're wondering? Only 75 examples of this model exist. This beauty, the Sterling Moss Edition, is a love letter to an F1 legend of the same name, Sir Sterling Moss, and it definitely shows. Finished in a glossy silver with the usual long SLR McLaren hood, its design screams futuristic. The McLaren stuck with the gull-wing doors that swing upwards. The real flex with this guy is no roof, no windshield. What you're looking at is basically a legalized go-kart for millionaires. The rear of the Sterling Moss features a sculpted diffuser and an adjustable spoiler, while its carbon fiber keeps weight down to a neat 3,420 pounds, lightweight enough for it to hit light speed. Inside, a cabin stripped down to bare essentials, another McLaren feature necessary to have this guy flying. In the end, you're left with just 2 seats, a steering wheel of course, and a gear knob signed by Sir Sterling Moss himself. Black and red Alcantara upholstery caresses the seats with exposed carbon fiber and aluminum accents. There's also this carbon fiber toenail cover that transforms the ride into a sealed sculpture when parked. Definitely not practical, but cool. Under its mile-long hood is a 5.5-liter supercharged AMG V8 cranking out 650 horses and 605 pound-feet of torque. It will rocket from 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds, and that lightweight design means that this bad boy will reach a top speed of 217 miles per hour, all while roaring like a lion. Fun fact, Mercedes made buyers sign a contract promising not to track race this car. Why? Nothing says responsible ownership like doing 217 miles per hour with no windshield. Starting price? $1 million. Number 2. The Weeknd, McLaren P1. When The Weeknd sang P1 cleaner than your church shoes in the first verse of his hit song Starboy, he wasn't speaking hypothetically. He was talking about this bad boy he's got lying in his LA mansion somewhere, a 2014 McLaren P1. The Weeknd's P1 is a real head-turner in volcano red. Just look at this perfection. And as usual, McLaren made sure to make it a rarity too. Only 375 examples were ever made. Here's one feature that separates this beauty from other McLarens. Its active rear wing adjusts mid-drive for maximum downforce. A feature we hadn't seen before in McLaren supercars. And as you'd guess, the usual butterfly doors. Massive air intakes feed its beastly engine, and the low-slung profile just adds to the track-ready flair. Inside the P1 is where the real magic happens. The Weeknd's model features a carbon black leather interior with fiery red stitching, matching the ride's exterior and Starboy persona. Under that sculpted hood, a 3.8-liter twin-turbocharged V8 paired with an electric motor working in tandem to churn out a mind-blowing 903 horsepower. Translation? 0 to 60 in 2.7 seconds and a top speed of 217 miles per hour. While all these are definitely enough to get anyone hyped, there's still one last surprise. It's a hybrid. The P1 can ghost through neighborhoods in silent electric mode for up to 11 miles before its engine roars to life. You're looking at our finale if it wasn't for the last McLaren. This beauty. Number 1. What you're looking at is a ride so iconic it would make a Ferrari look basic, owned by a man who's as famous for his comedy as he is for his love of cars. Meet Jay Leno's 1994 McLaren F1, a jet black red striped legend on 4 wheels. How iconic is this beauty? Well, Leno's F1 is literally one of just 4 F1s originally painted in metallic jet black, and it still comes with a neat little twist. It rocks these red racing stripes down both flanks, a design nod to the Sultan of Brunei's personal F1. Its body is a carbon fiber monocoque, an F1 technology first for production cars, making it a lot lighter even with its massive V12 heart. Even back in 1994, the British automaker stuck to butterfly doors. Swing that bad boys open, and you're greeted with a cockpit that spells driver first thanks to its central seating position. Like a fighter jet, only with much better leather. Its cabin is also trimmed in black leather with a red leather insert on the driver's seat only. Under the hood, the engine bay is lined with gold foil to deflect all the heat from its V12 engine. And if you think it isn't covered in enough gold, well, think again. We're talking 16 grams of gold per car here. Powering this beast is a 6.1-liter BMW S70-2 V12, unleashing up to 618 horsepower and 479 pound-feet of torque. It's a symphony of both German and British engineering, a symphony capable of hitting 240 miles per hour. Leno got this car for $800,000 back in the 90s. Today, though, this bad boy is worth a cool $20 million, the priciest car in his garage by a mile, and one of the priciest McLarens in history. That's gonna be hard to beat. And that's it, guys, the best McLarens owned by celebrities. If you enjoyed the ride, make sure to subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss another drop of automotive madness.